Welcome back to A Ride in the Country. I'm Cliff Fawcett, your host. Today we have a little bit different of an episode. So my friend Scott, who I call Tomahawk, is selling his BMW 1200 GS, and I've always wanted to ride one. It's kind of my dream bike. I don't think I'm going to be buying Scott's. It doesn't make sense right now. I just bought this, but it is an amazing opportunity to try my dream bike to see if it's something I even like. So he's selling it. I reached out to him. I was just trying to pick his brain about you know, how did he step up to a 1200cc motorcycle. And he told me that his first bike was a scooter, which was my first bike. And from the scooter, Scott went to a 1200cc BMW road bike. That was quite a jump. You can agree with me on that. And then he went from the 1200 road bike to the GS. Interestingly enough, Scott is considering, he's selling his GS and he wants to buy a Honda CRF 300L Rally, which is very similar to my CRF 250L. A little bit better, obviously. A little more horsepower, a little bit better road manners with the bigger gas tank, and a little more CCs. Did I say that already? I had to get my bike wave in. Come on. My favorite part of riding the bike. Anyway, so I'm going up there. I'll catch back up with you when we get there. He wants to ride my Royal Enfield, which is cool. It's hard to ride another bike. I don't know if you guys have this problem, but I sure as heck do. The only bikes I've ridden, I think, are three. The two I own, three if you count the scooter, the three I own. And I got to ride the Silverwing, the Honda Silverwing, a couple of months back. And that's it. So, you know, dealers don't want you to ride new ones. Guys on Facebook Marketplace don't want you to ride it unless you're serious about buying it. And I don't like riding other people's stuff. But, you know, Scott is a friend. And so, I think, yeah, I don't mind riding his bike, and I don't mind him riding mine. So we're going to go do it. Check back in with you when we get to Springfield. All right, this is my buddy Scott. I call him Tomahawk. I can't remember. I remember it was a joke about picking your own nickname. That's right. And I made it my life's mission to make it stick. I think I'm the only person that calls you Tomahawk.
Stuck with you.
Yeah.
So that worked.
Yeah. And every time I say it, you're probably like, why does he call me that?
I remember.
So, Scott and I have been friends for a long time. Haven't seen him in a while. And he's got this beautiful BMW GS. And he's selling it. So if you're interested, hit him up on Facebook Marketplace. He's going to let me give it a spin here. And I'm going to let him ride the Meteor. And yeah, it would be a fun thing to do on a Sunday afternoon. So we'll join you here back in a minute.
Where's your windshield?
What's that?
Where's your windshield?
Don't have one. Okay, friends, I'm on a GS. I'm a little nervous about it. He looks good on that. You look good on that. You look like Fonzie.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. I can't believe I'm going to do this. All right. Oh my. Okay. Pretty comfy, not gonna lie. Pretty comfy. Seat's way more comfortable. That's for sure. It does carry the weight down low. You guys missed the tour. He's like showing me the, you know, here's the cruise control. Like, yeah, we'll be using that. The hand warmers, you know, the I don't know, all the stuff that I don't know that I'll ever use. But I guess if I owned this bike and I was going to go ride on the road, I definitely would use all those things, right? Way less intimidating than I thought. Look at me riding GS. What in the world? I can't get used to the foot position. It's kind of under me. I keep moving my feet forward and I'm right on it. I really would like to be able to see behind me better than I can. That's all right. All right, well, yeah, it's less intimidating than I thought. 35. So the windshield's down a little bit so I can get some air, which is nice. Seat's super comfortable. It's a beautiful day. We're here in Springfield at the Buck Creek Reservoir. I feel like I'd have to think through everything here before I slow down. But yeah, clutch. Brake is right there. The marina. The Meteor gets way more looks than the GS. Isn't that funny? Those guys were staring back at him like, whoa, look, what is that? That's sweet. That was funny. Those guys were checking the bike out. I'm driving a GS here.
This thing's crazy. It feels so different.
It's very different, isn't it?
It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. It's just fun for zipping around.
You feel okay on that?
I can't believe how stable and unintimidating it feels. Like, in my mind, it's still intimidating, but
it'll. Do you feel okay to go out on the backcountry road?
Backcountry roads, yeah. Yeah, not the highway, but yeah, backcountry road.
I have trouble finding where my feet go each time.
Same. And I keep picking my foot up off the peg and seeing there's nothing there. Foot position, man, it's everything. You know, it's what you're used to, and these are like right under me, and that one is in front of me. Yeah, I mean, with the bar risers, way easy to stand up. Yeah, way easy. And she holds her weight down low, so yeah, I feel like it's less tippy than my CRF. Less high centered, you know, the weight. So we'll go on the backcountry roads here. We'll see. I think I'm gonna put my visor down. I don't want to end up with a bee inside my helmet. So I gotta tell you, the speed, I've often wondered this. Is it the bike? Is it my fear? Is it being on a motorcycle? I'm going 50 right now, 55 almost, and it doesn't feel like I'm going 35. So the bike makes a huge difference. On my CRF, when I'm going 55, I feel like I'm really going fast. And part of it is the engine. You know, this engine isn't having any trouble. I mean, I'm at like 3,500, 3,200 maybe RPMs. So it's not struggling at all. The bike's fine, it's not screaming. But it just feels stable. Now, I do feel the tension in my shoulders. I'm getting nervous, so I just take a deep breath, relax my shoulders. But yeah, such a different experience comparing the CRF to the Royal Enfield to this. I could ride like this all day. Comfortable, not nervous, stable, steady. So yeah, I guess the bike makes a difference, right? Makes a big difference. That makes sense. I was worried it was me and my nervousness that I'd never be able to go, you know, 60 miles an hour. Now these guys, I'm sure they don't have any trouble going 60 miles an hour. They're gonna probably go flying by us here in a minute. And that's okay. I'm alright with that, as long as I don't get scared when they go by me and jerk. Very slight roll on the throttle, and it just it's ready to go. Ready to go. I wanted to check before I went out on the ride to see how many horsepower. I'm glad I didn't. I'll post it on the screen right there, the difference in the horsepower. think my Royal Enfield is right around 20. My CRF is around 24. And if I had to guess on this bike, I'd guess 50, but I'm probably guessing too low. A fun little road. Beautiful country. Beautiful country. Wow. Wow, what a beautiful ride. Thank you, Scott. What a treat. What a treat. She does carry her speed a little bit. A couple times there, it's a little deceptive because you don't realize how fast you're going. And it's okay, just getting used to it, but you could get lulled to sleep. So my advice, if you're going from a little bike to a big bike, is just pay attention, because you might be going faster than you think. He tells me, and I believe him, that this front brake lever uses a little front and a little rear, and you don't have to use the rear brake unless you want to use it by itself. You can push the foot pedal, and That is a neat feature. I like that idea. Also, I don't know if you guys are familiar with it. A guy at my motorcycle class told me about this, that the BMW, the suspension on the front of this GS has some anti-dive technology. So you can mash that front brake and it doesn't dive. If I can find a schematic, I'll put it on the screen right now. But basically, the harder you brake, the more this thing kicks in, and you don't have to worry about flying over the handlebars by hitting the brake too hard. Although, you know, I'm conditioned to worry about that. So I am worrying about it. Are we going to get the bike wave? Are we going to get the bike wave? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Look at this beautiful country. Oh, I need to ride out here. Just beautiful. Vernon, Catawba. Vernon, Asbury. Well, I gotta say, my first experience on a GS, spectacular. There's a reason it's on a lot of people's list, and I can tell you it's going to remain at the top of my list of 5 bikes that I would get if Bill Gates called me up and said, "Hey Cliff, I want to buy you 5 bikes." I know it's not realistic, but my boys and I, we keep a list like that, and it was at the top of that list, and it will remain there. What a bike. What a frickin' machine. Love it. Don't forget, if you ever want to go for a ride in the country, but it's too hot, too cold, too wet, too dark, it's always nice on YouTube for a ride in the country. I know why it's legendary now.
You like it?
Oh my gosh. So stable.